Of course, I am listening to you.
No, you don't listen to me. Actually, you never listen to me.
I've said I was. You were telling me about the university.
I don't know how you do it, but all the time you're thinking something else. It's the same with that. There isn't any way to talk about us if you all do it.
With us? What do you mean?
You see, you're impossible.
What's this about us?
How can we clarify it? Better say, when will you make up your mind?
When will I make up my mind? Really? I would like to know it too.
Do you love me?
Sorry, this is not the right moment.
Are you upset by your uncle's death?
Yes, I'm still very upset. When the solicitor read the will, my legs were trembling.
Had you any hope that he had left you anything?
He could only left me a heap of hypocrisy.
What do you mean?
He was a thief. As a priest, he convinced the dying people to give their goods to the church, but he kept half part. He made fortune, and luckily, he hasn't left me anything. I just hope that God has sent him directly to hell.
If it exists, I understand that you cannot stop thinking about it, but we?
Yes, it's annoying, isn't it? I mean, my indecision.
I don't want to interfere in your, let's say, spirituality, but just consider that I'm real, and your God, who knows if he exists?
Do not start again.
But what exasperates me is that you don't take any decision. I cannot stand so much hesitation.
Dear, my beliefs are very important for me, and I need to know that everything has a meaning. The devil has not infected everything. It's not only that I have been in the faith of church, but because I want to reach my own conclusions. That is, that reason prevails above all.
Therefore, I cannot expect our relationship to make a step ahead.
Not yet.
You will become a priest in the end, like your uncle.
But I couldn't be a priest of a church so far from the gospel. But Jesus, I feel him deep inside in my heart.
I feel this Jesus coming between us.
Excuse me, where can I get more information about the primitive Christians?
I will say you have already all of it. When you,
Yes, but on the computer there was a book that...
if you have already seen it on the computer, why are you asking me?
Sorry, but I haven't found it.
After so much technology, now you need some human help. When you, I don't know why we have computers, if they are of no use. This book is not in its place. People take them from here and put them there, and then they can't find it. Well, it's all the same. Computers are useless, but at least they don't move the books.
The Latin American church, at least, isn't an accomplice of the traffic of influences that had Rome at its center.
Of course, they have other problems that they have to solve more urgently. Escaping poverty goes before faith.
Yes, Pere Casaldalida, for example, is not well thought of in the Vatican.
The church stands out because of the accumulation of goods achieved in the past. The world isn't moved by faith and democratic characters. The world is moved by money. You're living at the wrong time. Now I can see you barefoot, with a woolen habit following San Francisco.
You are joking. At least the Pope received the Saint at an audience, recognized his courage, and congratulated him.
Yes, what a joke. Francisco arrived and the Pope staged a genuflection. In other words, he kneeled in front of the saint. But some seconds later, he sat in the Pope's chair and accepted that the saint kissed his ring.
He was the Pope.
And when the audience finishes, Francisco eats a miserable piece of bread that he had brought, and the Pope goes to a banquet. You haven't come to talk about the Pope, have you?
Grandmother, do you recognize this?
No. Where have you got it from?
From a book that I've consulted. Its name is The Poorness of the Church.
Poorness of the Church, an antonym from the 18th century. I think that I have this, but this is in Latin, my son. I will look for it.
There isn't any symbol here,
Really?
and no pages are missing either. Let's see it again. Look, these pages were in the book that I've consulted. What do these pages say?
This chapter tells about the Apocryphal Gospels, for 1, 2, and 3 chapters. And the 4th chapter tells about the poorness among the first Christ followers.
I knew it. This is the topic I am studying.
How nice!
I think you should go to the library. Why don't you go there?
May I help you?
We are looking for information about the different occasions on which Christianity has wanted to renounce to its roots to return to its origins.
Let's see. That's a classic then, but now it's nearly forgotten. I think the best book is by Frances Bourgeois, a pious Franciscan from the 18th century. This isn't a canonical book. Do you understand what that means?
Yes, it is unauthorized by the Vatican.
The author is considered a maverick and an alchemist.
An alchemist. That's exciting. Typical from novels.
Look, the pages are worn.
A lot of people must have consulted this book.
Look, the symbol.
And here,
And here, there it is too.
this is drawn with a pencil.
Be quiet. The librarian might be watching us. Have the paper and let's get out.
Here you are.
Have you already finished? It wasn't very useful then, was it?
Oh, it certainly was. Thank you.
Excuse me, have you got a magnifying glass?
Yes, wait a moment, please.
You see, I'm sure that the circles have a connecting with the dates given by.
Is this all right?
Yes, thanks. Let's see. In year 1000, the turn of the millennium, in 1208, San Francis d'Assise renounces the family patrimony, and in 1307, Ramon Llull interviewed the Pope.
Haven't you realized that after each of these dates, the circles I told you about before, each date has a couple of circles, without exception, but they don't look all the same. You see, in this one, the two circles are completely separated, but in this other one, the small one is inside the large one.
These symbols with the circles, I have seen it before.
Diana, they are just two circles. They could be anything. A steering wheel, a button.
I'm sure that these symbols mean something important, but I don't remember where I have seen it.
Let's see what it says here. The trial of Knights Templar.
And here, the circles are also very close together, the same two circles. I can read the handwriting. Dictatorship. The dictatorship of God. In 1478, and here, so, the circles are quite far apart. Do you understand why?
Of course not. And here, there is something about the Sistine Chapel. But this paper has nothing to do with the book where it comes from. It was a new book. You can still see the grit of blue ink. Do you know someone who might... Do you think there might be someone who could tell us where these annotations come from?
I guess they should now at the library.
Excuse me, could you tell me who has previously consulted this book?
I'm sorry, but I cannot give you that information.
Why not?
I said I could not.
I don't understand how can you give me that.
You're a bore, aren't you?
I cannot understand how can you be so rude.
I hope you are leaving the room at once.
I will, but not because you told me to.
I've never heard his name. He might be the author of the sheet with the signs, mightn't he?
Who could be the author if he wasn't? All the scenes are the same as those I found at the library. And all the dates at Christian history have a scene. Look at them.
There's a reference to San Francisco on the year 1000.
Yes, there is, but the circles appear separated. However, they are very near to each other in some cases. Pay attention. During Savonarola's government...
And something related with the Templars in 1307. Hey, I've got news! I found the photo that reminded me of the symbol. Look at it. I took it during my secondary education studies trip 5 years ago. I don't remember where it was taken. I only remember that we visited Italia.
Yes, they are really similar. The only difference is that this is three-dimensional. You have to remember where this sculpture is placed.
What were we saying? Oh yes, the year 1307. Humanity faced embarrassment.
What happened?
The Inquisition invented a lot of false accusations about this military monastic order. In fact, they were only moved by jealousy in the Middle East and in Europe.
Also in Europe?
Above all in Europe, look at this. The Templars were the guardians of the Jerusalem temple of this holy land. They were warriors and also monks, and they were very efficient at their work. The church was very jealous because the rich and poor people gave them a lot of money. Lodged in their palaces were suspected of becoming rich with church money.
And of course, the Inquisition condemned them.
It wasn't the only thing. They tortured them until they confessed to all that the Inquisition wanted them to. And the King of France wanted to have the treasure. The Pope was opposed, but finally he handed it over. The Templars' treasure was possibly distributed between them once the order was abolished. The last forts were placed in Catalonia, the castles of Gardeny and Miravet. But they were very good at deceiving. A part of the treasure was given to the Hospitallers.
Oh, I've just remembered that I've already identified Xavier Susqueda. He was a doctor of theology from the University of Valencia.
He was a theologist from the University of Valencia.
Yes, he investigated the medieval orders, above all those who took the vow of poverty.
Franciscans, Dominicans, Templars, Hospitallers.
But the strangest thing is that he died 2 years ago, a while after looking at the book. It is like a novel.
Let's hope that the two facts weren't related.
You can be sure.
Coincidence.
So we can have an interview with the last researcher that looked up the book.
Nor with the others. I've already investigated the other two names that appear on the list. And one was from La Seu, the other from Vic. Both were famous theologians.
Everything fits in.
They both died a little time after the dates that appear on the library card. It's thrilling.
It's clear that the book is the key to this mystery. There could be a hidden code that the specialists discovered. And because of that, they died some after the consultation.
You have seen a lot of films. You aren't talking seriously, are you?
We have to get the book with the manuscript inside.
Yes, it's the key.
Don't be silly. There isn't any mystery, only some coincidence.
You'll have to return to the library and study the book.
Yes, with such pleasant librarian.
We won't be able to go into the library. We'll have to steal it.
You're a pair of paranoids. Shut up. There is a sect watching us.
If we try to look at the book, she will recognize us, and the book was locked up with a key.
Opus Dei is attacking us.
Diana, if you think that there isn't any mystery, you won't have any problem of going to the library and stealing the book, will you?
It's possible that she has missed the card that I stole.
You aren't afraid of secret sex, are you?
I'm afraid because she will recognize me. It won't be useful.
It's true. We need another person.
Excuse me, have you got any history book about Christians? Of course. Are you especially interested in any? Some Franciscan stuff, for example, by Frances Bourgeois, maybe?
This book is a myth. It doesn't exist.
I don't care. I know that's very dogmatic, but you see, I'm ready for the polemic.
I told you that this book doesn't exist.
Yes, look, I can see it there on the shelf of banned books.
Don't say stupid things. Either leave or I will call the security ward.
Okay, well.
Yes, the same book.
To sum up, we have a big mess in front of us, with strange symbols which seem to cause the death of all of those who investigate them.
Don't be silly. Who could wish the death of four monks?
They are theologians, scholars of the image of God and His representation in the earth.
What is was saying? A crazy group who speak to themselves.
And how do you explain the symbols?
Two little circles. A very simple symbol. Haven't you ever drawn flowers while you study?
No, it's not the same. There is an explanation for the application of each symbol.
That's obvious. That the beginning of two opposite circles, one full and the other one empty, seems simple. The variations make you suspect
That this is a coincidence, like any other one, such as the Big Bang, if you make it difficult.
I rule out any coincidence. I think that we are in an interesting point, and we should keep investigating.
You're crazy. The information you have me could be wrong.
The library card is real. You don't think so?
I suppose so, as I stole it.
You found out yourself that the characters that appear in it are real, and they could die under strange circumstances.
I haven't said that. I said that the three of them died a short time after they checked the book, at random.
I agree that for two cases it would be coincidence, but not for three. It seems that the poor Christian topic was a taboo.
Yes, perhaps the Inquisition is keeping an eye on us. Oh yes, perhaps, yes, an alchemist.
Grandma, what makes you think that an expert would be able to help us?
Look, the author of the book where the notes come from, Frances Bourgeois, is mentioned in the book called Purpose of the Church. It says he was an eremit in San Antonio de sus Terres.
Where is it?
Not very far from here, the church buried under Talant Town, where the name comes from. This church was the center of a bigger territory for some religious orders related with the port.
Keep going, please.
There are legends that say the place that he sanctified was there, and that there were some holes that were connected directly with her. Near the holes, there were some footprints printed on the rock that people used to call the devil's footprints.
Grandma, these are legends.
No, kids, this is history. The church exists, and there are still some pictures and footprints in the rock.
And could it be possible that this monk was a Knight Templar?
Remember that the Templars had died out, and their inheritance was taken on by the Hospitallers.
Everything is explained in the book. Or are you inventing it?
I meet the last hermit who lived there, until Dr. Pearson obtained the permit to build the reservoir. He fought up until the last moment to stop the destruction, but finally, in 1914, the reservoir was built and everything ended under the water.
And now you're going to tell us that this hermit was your father.
Yes.
I'm surrounded by mad people, and not because of a pair of circles on a piece of paper.
You see, Grandma, to want the poor church near to the poor people is a revolutionary thing. For this reason, we must keep investigating. Who can be our guide? You?
No, we have to find some linguist who is able to give an answer about the symbols. When I was young, I knew one of the most important linguists in the world, Roland de Foucault, but he's not working anymore. The last thing I heard was that he was the seneschal of the Aragon Ulster on the island of Malta.
I can't imagine what you are thinking. You can spoil my holidays.
Why don't we go to Malta? Excuse me, could I talk to Rolanda Foixat?
Yes, speaking.
Could I talk to you one of these days?
I'm sorry, but I have a lot of work.
It's to interpret some symbols.
Good afternoon.
He doesn't want to help us.
Josephine, Roland Foucault doesn't want to see us.
Tell him that you are from Susterris. He may pay more attention.
She says that you must tell him that you are from Susterris.
Do you think that it's a good idea?
It's the only solution, so let's to try it.
Yes?
I am the commander of Susterris.
What are you saying?
I have something important which I have to talk to you about.
Excuse me, but there hasn't been any commander in Susterris for a long time.
Okay, I am not the commander, but I am from Susterris, from San Antonio de Susterris, in El Pallars.
Tomorrow at 6, come to the Aragon hostel, and it better be important. Can I help you?
I am a theology student, and I am looking into the purity of Christian faith, related mainly with poverty. By chance, I have discovered a symbol made up of two circles. Some investigators have studied it before. Have a look at this, please. What do you think? We reckon that this is Xavier Susqueda's note. He died in odd circumstances.
Odd. He had an accident.
You see, and the same thing happened in the other investigators who figured in the index card. They died a few days after consulting the book too.
Are you thinking in a poisoning, like in The Name of the Rose? The anecdote seems original, but it's a common example in the literature. You can find it in the Thousand Arabian Nights. I hope you have something better than this.
We have observed that the symbols are variable, as if the sphere has its own personality. The circles are almost together in some cases, like in the year of the Knights Templar's judgment.
What do you know about them? The lies that the Inquisition told to justify their destruction?
Who was the beneficiary of Templar's disappearance?
The French kingdom.
And the Pope?
Apparently, the Pope didn't accept that it was heresy, but in the end, he accepted the income and the properties.
Did the Hospitallers take advantage of this too?
Get out, please!
Mr. Fouchat, please, accept my excuses if my ignorance has offended you. I don't know...
I thought university students were brighter. You lack preparation. You ask for information about a world you can't understand. Do you know what this is?
The Cross of Malta?
Well, not exactly. This is the cross of the Order of St. John of the Hospital of Jerusalem, an order founded in 1087 which has survived throughout history and adapted itself up until today, overcoming all kinds of problems. Look in your note for the year of the foundation of this order, the year of the foundation of the Inquisition, the year of the laws of Saint Joanna of Acre, the year of the flight to Egypt, the year of the arrival in Malta, the year of the expulsion of Napoleon. Can you see the difference?
It seems that for positive events, the spheres are separating, whereas for the bad ones, they are together.
Very good. And who do they refer to in all facts I have mentioned?
The Templars?
No, the Templars were thrown out. The Hospitaller Knights.
What makes you think that the Hospitallers inherited the treasure of the Templars?
We found this information in the encyclopedia and on the internet.
Sit there, please. Well, there is some truth in it. The material treasure of the Templars was assigned to ensure the defensive structure of the Holy Land, so as to assure the pilgrimages and the domain of the Saint Sepulchre. They took vows of poverty, but the hospitals and the poor houses that they had were expensive, and they accepted the Occidental lands that the Pope gave them, and that were useful in order to have a powerful structure in the Orient. But can't you think in other types of treasure? The Templars' treasure was, above all, spiritual. Century after century, there were people ready to follow Jesus' example. The Templars were monks, humble and austere warriors. But Catholicism was to take up with politics to respect the Christian praxis. Bishops and cardinals were jealous of the donations that the Oriental orders received, because they were higher, and that was natural, because the farmers and the nobles knew that the Templars were honored. The Templars fought for good in the world, for the purity of the Christianity, and that's the legacy, that's the treasure. When the Templars were extinguished, the Hospitallers took up their work, to fight for good, for the maintenance of the true faith. This is why every time they have been threatened, the circles are together, and it seems as if the silver-plated one wants to engulf the golden one.
So, what is the exact meaning of this symbol?
The golden circle represents good, the silver one, evil. The two symbols are separated by a cross of Malta.
And this symbol?
Oh, good investigation. This sculpture is by Arnaldo Pomodoro, and it's in Rome. More specifically, in the Vatican.
It's a sculpture. It isn't the end of the world.
Someone put it there, and someone who well knows the history of the Templars and the Hospitallers.
Of course, and someone who wants to finish off the Vatican announces it to the world.
Not many people know how to recognize the symbols, and most of them are dead. Don't forget it.
With good reason. If anyone has to interpret the symbol, why put it there?
The Maltese Knights know how to do it. I'm going to the Vatican.
What?
I have to warn His Holiness.
Don't you see? You're turning into a paranoid.
Wait here. I'll come back in 2 days. Make the most of your time.
Your Holiness, this is Peter, a young theology student of Franciscanism.
Come here, my son. Where is theology going?
It's amazing, Thousand Faces of God.
It's true, amazing.
However, I haven't come here to talk to you about my studies, Your Holiness. I have come to let you know that devil is threatening the Vatican, and not from outside, as it might be supposed, but from inside. Sorry, I can be clearer, but the threat is real and frightening.
My lovely son, God looks after everyone. The devil comes here lots of times, but it's always been defeated by God. It has been like this, and it will be like this forever.
Amen. But, Your Holiness, I am not talking about holy story. Inside Vatican City, there are scenes of evil. More precisely, the sculpture in the inside square. There is a symbol where you can see that evil wins against good.
I don't know what are you talking about.
I must finish this on my own.